So when I first started working with Mindy, I was laid up in the bed, and a friend of mine came to the house and said, even though you're in the bed, put on your sunglasses, we're gonna watch this Zoom. And took me to a little Zoom for one of Mindy's programs on a Saturday. And I was in from jump, and I started looking at a vision board workshop and really started thinking about, gosh, what would my dream be? My dream is to get out of this bed. What I was dealing with at that time was seizures kind of on a consistent basis and migraines on a daily basis. Sometimes when my migraines were lasting like sometimes 2 weeks at a time. And so I really had gotten used to not really knowing life outside of illness. And that is really what people began to identify me with. The first thing out of their mouth was always, how are you feeling? What's going on? So that's what I was dealing with before. As I started going through Mindy's program, I started to get confronted with my own health and what I was at one point in my life and where I was going, where I really wanted to go. I was resigned myself to being in bed the rest of my life. I was in a wheelchair, and I was also in that bed most of the time. I don't drive, had my license taken from me, and I was just really dealing with a loss of freedom financially, lost my career. I had been a stage manager for over 20 years. I lost everything. And here I was, not even 50 yet, sitting in my 40s going, wow, I had no idea that this was how life was going to turn out for me. Still a whole nother chapter left to go. So when I started going through the program, I started writing every day. She kept asking me, what would you love? And from that first day, I was like, what I would love is to get out of this dang bed. And so I really started being with my friends and started being with this tribe of people that Mindy has connected. Started getting out with my old friends, started connecting my friends from childhood. And then I found my healing jewelry with my malas, started meditating every day and really getting into meditation with my malas and adding the work that I was doing with Mindy to the meditation, and said, wait a minute, somebody said you should create a business out of this. And suddenly that became my dream. And so I decided, maybe I could create this with Mindy's program. And I mentioned it to her, and she said, oh my gosh, she said, if you get well, anything's possible. So get yourself well. So about 6 months ago, I declared, after a little stint in the hospital, I declared that I was going to be well and I was never going to have a seizure again, and that I was not going to allow myself to be have this little forehead thing that said, sick girl on it anymore. No more labels of that. And I was going to start talking to myself differently. I changed my thought process. I changed how I talk to myself. I changed everything. And I just started writing every single day in my journal what I would love. Mindy's program really helped me see that. And showing up every day to these calls, that's what I'm getting, is the support and the drive to be able to stick with it and to have the accountability partners for them to be able to turn around and say, if I start to slide backwards, they're pulling me back. So without the morning calls, waking up every single day, 7 days a week, I start my day with this tribe. And I call it my tribe, my family. I cannot imagine not having this support. I know that if I tried to do this on my own without them, I would end up right back in that bed. Because I know that alone, I wouldn't be able to believe that I would be able to create all of this stuff by myself. And I know that because I've been alone for so long. I sat in this house alone for 7 years, not working. And, my kid went off to college, and my friends all moved away and started, retired and moved to the beach. And, I sat here going, I don't have a sense of community anymore. All of my best friends live in Texas, and this has created a tribe, a community of people who have shown up for me. They've taken me to doctor's appointments, and they've said, Shan, you can do it. I see you doing it. You can do it. And when they tell me I can do it every single morning, when I get on that call and I give my gratitude every morning, I know I can absolutely do it because they're reaffirming. I see it in you. I see it in your face. I see it in your actions. So this tribe is amazing. We're having slumber parties and sleepovers like we were 15 years old. We're celebrating birthdays together. We're going to escape rooms. Like, we're doing things outside that I never in the world thought I would do. I led a retreat to our tribe of people here because they asked me to. And I had no idea that was something that was ever going to be in my wheelhouse of something that I would be able to create, much less have a tribe of people that would count on me to trust me enough to do that. And this community does. And that kind of love and support is very rare out in the world. And being able to talk about the hard things that are really happening deep down inside, that's something really special. And I get told every day, well, these conversations don't happen out in the world. Well, they can. They happen very easily on our morning calls over Zoom. And the tribe is not just here locally, it's all over the world. And that's really cool to be able to connect. And recently I actually flew to California and met somebody from California. People from Canada have flown to Florida, and we've all met. I've met people from Michigan. I've met people from all over the United States, and it is just so cool. From Costa Rica. Like, I love this community so much, and I consider them my family. So without their support, I would backslide and I would be right back in that bed. So I won't miss a day. I will be on these calls every morning. Mindy's great. Mindy is such a good listener. I really love that she takes the time to listen to what you have to say, and she is a great recreator. So whenever you're being heard when you're with Mindy on those one-on-one calls, because as you can see, I talk a lot. Kind of came out of the womb talking a lot. And so to have somebody who can recreate what's really going on and can really dig down deep and go, okay, so what I really hear you saying around all those words is this, and really get to the nuts and bolts of it all, and then help me have a breakthrough in that, that's pretty special. And I see her doing that with not just me, but with other people that are really close to me, that have been close to me in my life since I was a kid, that are in this program as well. And I am watching it happen throughout the whole program of all of the people that are in the program. But with my one-on-ones individually with her, I think, her biggest superpower, if you will, is her listening skills and being able to recreate you so that you know that you're heard. And I think every human being just wants to feel heard and loved. And that is exactly what she brings to the table here, is really making you feel like you're a part of something bigger in the world, and that you can do it no matter what. No matter your little tiny piece of the world, you're going to make a difference. And she really makes you feel special. I love that about her. This will change your life. If there is anything out there that you want, this is the access point. And you may not get it the first 5 weeks. You may not get it the first 12 weeks. Stay in it. I had to stay in it. I was in this program for 1.5 years before the breakthroughs just, the eyes were open. And it was about 1 year before I really just steamroll started to happen. But everything that I had learned up until that point was amazing. So what I would tell everybody out there, this is the program. I have been in many, many, many programs very similar, but there is no other program that will offer the support, the family, the love, the compassion, and really get down deep inside and have you take a look at yourself and the people around you that you love, like this program. And it connects you. It doesn't disconnect you. Some programs out there may disconnect you from the people that you love. This is not that. This absolutely connects you on a deeper level and really gets you to understand that no matter who the people in the world are, no matter how divisive the world is, this program really gets you to just be able to meet people where they're at and be with anyone at any given time in the world. And I love that. There are people in the world, who don't necessarily always want to be around or, be in their space, but you can be with them, whether it be at work or whether it be in politics or what have you. And never did I think I would be able to just sit in a room with anybody and be okay and not be triggered or not, have the gut reaction. And that's probably one of my biggest takeaways, aside from getting out of the bed, is being able to be, with other people that are not like-minded. And that's a cool thing. And love them for whoever they show up to be. So yeah, join the program. It'll change your life. It changed mine. And like I said, if I could shout it from the rooftops, I would. So I guess this is my version of shouting it from the rooftops. Come do this program. Come work with Mindy. She is amazing. Not to mention the fact that you get to work with all of us cool people.